This week we're looking at Dragon Mounts 2 for Minecraft Bedrock. This mod lets us hatch and tame our own dragons. It's been inspired by the Java version, so let's have a look what this version adds together. First step, of course, you've got to get a dragon's egg, which means beating the ender dragon. Once you've managed to do that, you'll be able to use the dragon egg in a brand new way. It's not just a trophy anymore. So once you've got your dragon egg, you want to get back out to the overworld, and you can now craft the egg into an ender dragon egg, which you can easily do without even needing a crafting table. Next, you want to take your new ender dragon egg and just put it down somewhere. Right click and it'll start the hatching process. The fun part though is that you can place different blocks and put the egg on top of those to create different types of dragons. So you can do magma blocks for the nether dragon, glowstone blocks for an ether dragon, logs for a forest dragon, water for a water dragon, bone for a bone dragon, ice for an ice dragon. Some are a bit different. You can put one on an enchanting table for an enchanted dragon, and you can still use the enchanting table, don't worry. A cool one is you can have a sunlight dragon by putting it on a daylight sensor, and a moonlight dragon on a nighttime sensor. Then just give it a few minutes and the eggs will change colour to match what dragon they're going to become once they've hatched. There's some really cool special eggs as well. If you wait until they've changed colour and then put a water egg onto some copper blocks, it will turn into a storm dragon once it's hatched. This also works twice with the bone dragon. If you put a bone dragon egg onto some soul sand, it will turn into a wither dragon. Then, if you want to make my personal favourite dragon, the dark dragon, take this wither egg and put it on some bedrock to turn it into the dark dragon. Though that does mean you've got to go all the way down to the bottom of the world. It's worth it though. Now for the fun part. Give it a few more minutes and the eggs will start to finally hatch. You can tell by the noises they're making. And there you go, a baby dragon, ready to be tamed. I hope you brought a lot of fish, because these things use up a lot of them. You're going to need probably 2 stacks. Just keep feeding them endless fish, and eventually they'll grow big enough to be able to ride. You can't use any other food though. Any type of fish works apart from pufferfish. Oh, and don't cook the fish either. That's human food, not dragon food, apparently. Once they're fully grown, you'll be able to finally ride them, which basically works the same as horses and wolves. Other nice things you can do, so you can command them to stay by right-clicking, and to ride them fully, you're of course going to need a saddle. One other upgrade you can get, if you attach a chest to them, you'll be able to use them as storage as well, which is pretty handy. Now with all that done, we can finally fly, and it is so fun. Definitely the highlight of this add-on for me. The flying is just awesome. It feels really smooth, and it's really easy to learn. As well as flying, the dragons will follow you around, and how do they do? Well, let's just say you're not going to have to worry about any mobs. As I'm pretty sure you've guessed, the dragons are really overpowered. They can basically one-shot most mobs, no problem at all. But it's a dragon, so it's not really much of a surprise, I suppose, that it can do that. That does mean you've got to be careful with them, though. If you don't have them tamed and attack them, they'll kill you just as quickly. And yeah, your tamed dragons will fight other dragons. It looks a little goofy, though. As well as the dragons, this mod adds loads of new items to the game. We've got new tools, weapons, armour, blocks, scales, each for every type of dragon. Each different armour set gives you different powers as well that matches the type of dragon it's from. Some look a little better than others, but it's a really cool feature. To make them, you've got to use the new diamond shears. No, they don't work on sheep, but they do work on dragons. Just right click them and you'll be able to take some of their scales. Another handy little item is the Dragon Amulet, which you can get with string, cobblestone and an Eye of Ender. What this lets you do, if you left click a dragon, it will store the dragon in the amulet. You can then just left click again on some empty space and it will respawn the dragon wherever you want. So it's really handy if you've got to get your dragon maybe into the Nether or the End or just out of a tricky spot. Next, we've got the Dragon Wand. The Dragon Wand is really important. You need 2 blaze rods and an emerald, so it's pretty expensive. But what this lets you do, when you're mounted on the dragon, you can use it to basically launch fireballs. I think it's meant to be a replacement for the dragon doing it themselves, because they don't breathe fire themselves. So this is a kind of way around that. Which is fair enough, it is Bedrock. What I really like is the different types of dragons obviously launch their own type of fireball. So obviously water dragons launch a water projectile, fire dragons a fireball, and probably the most overpowered is the Wither Dragon. The Wither Dragon launches a fireball that causes wither on anything it touches, including ourselves if we're too close, so be careful where you aim it. Final item, of course, is Dragon Armour. We have iron, gold, emerald and diamond we can put on our dragon to give it some extra defense and make it look pretty awesome as well. Last thing this mod adds are brand new structures to the game. So first of all, we've got loads of new towers added to the end. It's a little bit overpowered, to be honest, because every tower has an enchanting table, an elytra, and loads of chests absolutely filled with really good loot. They're kind of everywhere in the end as well. You've got top tier enchanted books like mending, diamond armor, pretty much everything you'll need for the rest of the game. As well as that, you can get some enchanted dragon eggs from the top of the tower, so you don't even need to get the ender dragon's egg to start. It doesn't stop there though, because we've now got new structures on the overworld as well. Massive pyramid desert structures. They've got your usual mob spawners and treasure items in chests, some pretty good ones as well, enchanted books, horse armor, golden apples, but the main thing is it's another way to get some dragon eggs. You can get a dragon egg for a light dragon at the top of these pyramids, just behind this terracotta wall. So just make your way to the top, break the wall, snag the egg, and there you go. You can pretty much get a dragon egg straight away in the game if you're near the desert. There's some other little structures as well, like this mini lava structure where you can get a fire dragon egg, and there's a bit of loot in the chest to top it off. This is my favourite one though. It is an ether structure where you can get the ether egg at the top. Just really like how it looks. It just really fits that otherworldly ether style. Really cool job with this. Seems they can show up in any biome, and again, it's really easy to get dragon eggs, so you don't need to even kill the ender dragon if you don't want to. My main issue with it though is there's just so many of these structures. They're just everywhere. So really, you're gonna have endless dragon eggs and loot pretty much 10 minutes into the game, it feels like. I think they could have toned it down a little bit. And that brings me to my final thoughts on the mod. There's a few other issues as well that I noticed. The dragons, they're a bit too aggressive. They'll hunt down mobs from miles away. And especially when they're water mobs, they get a little stuck in the water, bless them. And yes, this does apply to water dragons as well. It's not just the water though. Dragons can get stuck in all sorts of random places, so pretty much another great reason to have the dragon amulet. Another weird thing was the dragon meat. You get raw and cooked dragon meat in this game, but I couldn't see what they actually do. You can eat them, but it gives you nothing, not even food. You can't feed them to the dragons, so I'm not really sure what these are meant for. Don't know if it's a bug or I'm just being dumb, but yeah, not really sure what that's for. I had another sad bug as well. We went through the teleporter in the end and we were sent to the void. instant death. I don't know if that was because of this mod, but I've not had that happen before. This mod does add a lot of stuff to the end, so it could have been because of that. There's another little visual bug I noticed where the eggs on the daylight sensors sometimes change colour back to terror dragons. It's easily fixed, it just changes itself back after a while, so it's not a big deal, but I did think that was a bit weird. Lastly, the whistle. I don't really understand this item. I think it's meant to call the dragon when you use it, but it doesn't seem to work. Because, I mean, if the dragon's not on stay mode, it will follow you anyway. And if it is on stay mode, it ignores the whistle. So, not really sure about that one. Again, maybe I'm just being dumb, but it didn't seem like that worked at all. But, despite all of that, it's a really, really fun mod. They've done a good job. I like this type of mod that doesn't add loads of wild dragons, so you can still feel you're playing the main game, but it gives you a reward for either fighting the Ender Dragon or just exploring the world. I really like that. The choices on the different types of dragon, the weapons, the armour, they look really, really nice. And the new structures, well, there's too many of them. It does add a lot more variety to the game. So definitely recommend the mod. Give it a go. I haven't tried the Java version. That'd be really fun to do one day. For now though, guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next mod spotlight.